saw what Ornstein said as well. I've got a lot of respect for David Ornstein. He's obviously worked very hard to get to where he is in football. But I felt like he was towing the party line. I felt as though he was saying what Liverpool fans wanted to hear.
I didn't want to say that. But
personally, it felt like he was towing the party line and Liverpool fans are the easiest supporters in the world, as a general rule, for their own club to gaslight. All they have to say is this is part of a master plan. It's too difficult. When they've said things in the past like, we're a working class club. How dare we spend hundreds of millions of pounds on players? That's being said by a manager earning 10, 15 million pound a year. It's crazy to me. And they go, oh yeah, he's one of us. No, he isn't. He's a multi-millionaire that's just making an excuse as to why you haven't bought. At the end of the day, Slot doesn't have a hard job, and it is only being made hard by the way you're running it. Edwards doesn't have a hard job in reality if they did the right thing. Liverpool, one of the richest clubs in the world. Liverpool, one of the most attractive football teams in the world. One of the most historic, with a very good squad. And I think a very competent coach as well. They should be able to attract the vast amount of talent in the world, but they've got to be prepared to pay the going rate. It's different
Terry,
when you're...
the second part is the problem. Because here's the thing, you're going to get me pissed off. Here's the thing. The second part for me is the issue with your statement. Everything you said is true. Guys, and I see people in the chat, forget who the messenger is. Forget that Mo supports a club that only signs players on a free. Forget that Terry's arrival. Listen to the message, not the messenger, because you guys always respond to the messenger instead of the message. If someone's saying something truthful, it's the truth. Terry just broke it down 100% accurately and fairly. Liverpool can attract players 100% and will attract players. The only issue is Liverpool have a serious lack of execution. We spoke about this last week, and don't spend money. That is the biggest issue. In the last 3 years, Liverpool have spent the least money out of all the top 6 clubs, including Spurs, FYI. I saw even the graphic that Terry posted on Twitter where it was like Liverpool in 6th place. That alone is a disgrace. So that's why when people always expect blind loyalty from football players. I'm not like that. And Mo's completely right. Even I fell for the Edwards and Hughes thing, and they're going to cook and they're going to do that. So far, we've signed a goalkeeper who we're loaning to Valencia. We've signed a 15-year-old from Chelsea. And that's literally our transfer window. Now, if we're talking about players who are interested in joining us, Anthony Gordon was the best left winger in the league last season. He's interested in joining us. Ederson was one of the best DMs in the Italian league. Mo will tell you right now last season. He's interested in joining us. I'm sure Alan Varela in Porto, who's the Porto captain, would love to join us. We could name multiple examples of players who make players better. Ait Nouri, I'll give you a perfect example. How many times has Terry put Ait Nouri on a thumbnail in the first month of the transfer window? Every day there was a report coming out from Algeria, from France, from England about Ait Nouri to Liverpool, Ait Nouri from Liverpool. Even that was confirmed by Paul Joyce like a week ago, talking about Ait Nouri. So you can't tell me we're not attracting players. We are attracting players. We just have a serious lack of executional skills or a lack of funds. It's either one or two. It's not a matter of attraction. And the truth of the matter is, people just want Mo and Virgil and Trent and Ali to just be blindly loyal. Guys, this is their career. They are in the twilight of their career. They're players who are recognized by most fans as the best or top 3 or top 5 players in their positions in world football. They're not going to stick around for rebuilds, for Europa League again. They already give you one season Europa League. They'll be damned if they do that shit again. So they ain't going to give you that stuff. So you have to keep them by refreshing the squad, by adding additions. If this season, the summer starts, Liverpool sign Ederson from Atalanta, Ait Nouri from Wolves, and then let's say we sell Diaz, we buy Anthony Gordon. Obviously, the likes of Mo, Virgil, Trent, these guys will be a lot more excited about the project going forward. But these guys are arriving at the training center and they're looking at the same exact players who let them down last year. Like, I'm not even being a conspiracy theorist or anything, but there were moments in the Ipswich game where Jota and Mo did not even pass to Diaz. I'm not even gonna bother going down that route. And that for me shows me that these guys just don't want to be let down. And if I'm in Mo's position, I'm leaving too, because the football club ain't being serious. So why should I waste my time here? Simple as.
No, I understand that. And I think part of your reason of not being able to execute is not wanting to spend. I think that's what it really boils down to at the end of the day. And you always know when a fan base is being kind of lied to and gaslit and sort of suffering from Stockholm syndrome, and they almost celebrate not paying as higher wages as Real Madrid, as higher wages as City. But we looked at the facts just on last week's show. It's still currently on Deloitte's website. You pay £50 million a year more in wages than Manchester United do. So this idea of, oh, we love paying a small amount. I remember Arsenal fans, when it all started to fall apart on the Wenger, I live with a couple of gooners, some of my best mates, live with them. They would just celebrate, oh, our net spend is so good. But you only have good net spend, generally speaking, especially in that era, when you were losing your best players.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, why on God's green earth are you celebrating? I didn't celebrate Man United's net spend because there was that 3 or 4 year period after Ronaldo left where net spend was amazing because Ronaldo brought in 90 million, which was an astronomical amount of money in that day and age. But I didn't care. I wanted Ronaldo back. I wanted us to go and spend that 90 million straight away on 1 or 2 players to make our team almost as good. I don't care about how much we have or haven't spent. When you actually look at the 3 most successful teams in England in terms of the eras they've had, it's Man City. There's been 2 from Man United and 2 from Liverpool, where they just dominated for huge periods of time. Each of those teams was some of the highest spenders in the world at that particular juncture. So I don't understand it. Most Real Madrid
we
are
were
not
the highest spenders in the 70s and 80s.
Well, there we go. Man United weren't quite the highest spenders, but we were almost there. Like Blackburn spent a lot, Newcastle did, then Chelsea did. But we were up there. Real Madrid are amazing. Real Madrid are brilliant. Real Madrid have got standards that are sky high. They're in the stratosphere. But to maintain those standards, they have to be one of the biggest spenders. They just do. And the thing is, when you get it right, you don't always have to spend as much because you can kind of go in between. But having said that, they've actually spent nigh on £300 million this summer. It just doesn't show on the transfer websites because they don't show the signing on fees that players get. They don't include them. But you have to spend money to maintain that. So this celebrating not spending like it's a badge of honor, especially when your club is rich. I get it when you're Brighton. Although Brighton 2 years running have smashed their transfer spend. I kind of get it when you're Brighton, when you go, bloody hell, we invested 50 million and look how good we are. Because you've got a club whose income is less than Man United's, Chelsea's, Liverpool's wage bill. Our wage bills are more than their clubs bring in income. So then you celebrate it. But when you're super rich and owned by billionaires, I know we came third. And I know we didn't win a trophy. But look, our net spend is better than the teams above us. And our wage bill, according to this one newspaper, we spend £20 million a year less. So really, morally, we're the winners. And there are now some journalists that push that nonsense out to the fans.
Yeah.
And I think I don't think clubs should act crazy. I don't think clubs should. I think the way Chelsea have operated is irresponsible. If they don't start getting back into Europe and winning soon, they could find themselves with they're burning the candle at both ends. But you guys definitely could have spent more. And I think, as you've said, if Mo Salah leaves, that is really, really worrying. Patrick here says, pay Tesco prices, expect prime steak.
Yeah, that is true.
Do you guys know what,
do
you guys know what Tesco's is?
Yeah.
Yes, because I lived in a British colony.
Okay, fair enough.
Malaysia has Tesco.
There we go. I didn't know that. It's just a supermarket. Although Tesco's quite a good supermarket. It's like middle of the road.
Yeah,
like
I used to shop there.
Yeah, it's like Tesco's and Sainsbury's are kind of in the middle. And then you've got like the Waitrose that are really posh. And then you've kind of got your Icelands and your Aldis in England that are considered not so posh. I personally shop anywhere. I'm working class. Mo Salah is my Conference League baller. He's coming home, Hassam, and your team tears will be beautiful. That's coming from C, who I think's a Chelsea fan. There are some Chelsea fans online that think he's getting Chelsea.
Chelsea's not going to Chelsea because he's not a football seaman. You know, you remember you only signed 17, 18, 19-year-olds. He ain't that young. So you're not going to sign a 32-year-old. I doubt it, see. So
I want to call out some Liverpool fans before you go on and do there are some Liverpool fans lately have been doing the best impression of what makes them sleep well at night. This is what people say, and Hussam will attest to this. We are third. We're the third best team in the league. We're going to come third, so we're good. We're okay. This is what I'm saying to all of you guys. Mohamed Salah, Trent, Van Dijk, Alisson, they aren't going to the season thinking we're going to come third and we're going to be okay with it. These players go to every game wanting to win. They want to challenge. They want to win the league. I believe that these players go to the games, believe that we can win the league. We have the quality and the talent in this squad to win the league. All we needed is some additions to help this coach, and we can have a chance to win this league. This notion sometimes, some Liverpool fans, not mentioning names, that, yeah, it's a rebuild, we are third, and we're going to be third. We're the third best team, and we're okay. I don't think the players think like that. I don't think your players think this. McAllister is not playing to be third. I'm telling you this. Manchester United, Terry said that Jim Ratcliffe told Ten Hag, and it's a public information, don't care about changing with the league. So the target for Manchester United is not to win the league this season. I am sure that Liverpool target this season is to challenge for the league. These players sit in the rooms assuming we're going to challenge for the league. So that's why you need to back the manager.
This is true, and this is why the likes of Shawnee, the likes of Shawnee and others in the chat as well. Listen, I know the people who call me out all the time. It's the same garbage all over again. Shawnee is nowhere to be found when shit hits the fan. But Shawnee's there now because we beat Ipswich 2-0, so he thinks it's all sunshine and rainbows. The only reason why we beat Ipswich 2-0 is actually our 2 world-class players, of which we have not renewed their contract. So that tells you all you need to know. And on top of all of that, Shawnee, just like FSG, just like Edwards and Hughes, you're not actually being proactive. You want us to be reactive. Meaning, just because we beat Ipswich 2-0 and the players aren't leaving this season, I'm supposed to be happy. But next summer, I'm worried about that already from now because we have to replace about 3-4 players. And on top of all of that, we still haven't signed a DM. We still haven't signed a left back. We still haven't signed a centre back. And if Sepp van den Berg and Joe Gomez leave, then we definitely need a centre back because you ain't going to enter a season with 3 centre backs, of which one of them is extremely injury prone in Konate. But the difference between me and you, I'm proactive. I speak on shit. What happens? Shawnee was the same guy on Straight Facts last season when I said that Arsenal will finish above Liverpool and we'll finish third and we'll drop off because you can't rely on the Chuckle brothers. He was the same guy. Oh, you're so negative. But then when shit hit the fan, Shawnee disappeared. And it's okay, Shawnee. In February, when shit hits the fan, you're going to be one of the ones that disappear. I remember your name, though.